Most of the pain men experience in their dating lives comes from one pernicious source: a scarcity mindset. If you have an abundance of options with women, then you won't really care if you can have sex with any particular girl because you have plenty of choices. There's no reason to fret over Susie because you know that Amanda, Sarah, and Jessica all want to they all want to date you. If, however, you have a scarcity of options with women, you will think obsessively about one particular girl that you like. Sadly, this is a pattern most men fall into at one point or another. And although the emotions scarcity creates are real, they're nothing more than a trick of the mind that can lead to endless frustration and loneliness. So let's say that you work with a cute girl. We'll call her Tatiana. Assuming you don't photograph models for a living, there are probably only a few attractive women at your job, and Tatiana is the only one that you get along with among those few cute girls. That's a lot of pressure because if you fuck it up with Tatiana, you just lost your chance with the only hot girl who is a part of your day-to-day life. And to make matters worse, you know that if Tatiana rejects you, everyone at work will know. You'll look like an idiot, and your chances of getting with a date anyone else at your work are now much worse. Sure, there are thousands of beautiful women in your city, but how often do you interact with them? For most men, the answer is rarely or never. So even though there's technically a limitless number of options, Tatiana is the only girl that you're attracted to who you actually interact with. So naturally, you're going to put her on a pedestal. You're going to fantasize about dating her. You're going to wait for the perfect opportunity to make a move. And you're going to strategize with your friends about how you can finally get her to go on a date with you. You'll do all of this because Tatiana represents a scarce resource. Attractive women. She's the most attractive girl that you have a legitimate chance of dating. So your mind is going to play tricks on you. You're going to think that Tatiana's special, that she's not like these other girls. You'll think things like, I should take it slow with her and get to know her first because I really like Tatiana. I want to build something real with her. Bullshit thoughts like these are going to trick you into spending months trying to court this one girl. And worse, scarcity-based thoughts about a girl practically guarantee that she will ultimately reject you. Furthermore, while you're fixated on this one crush, you'll close yourself off to the many opportunities that you would otherwise have had to meet beautiful women. You'll end up having no sex whatsoever because a scarcity mindset has caused you to give one girl too much power over your life. Scarcity is not based on objective reality. Unless you live in a small town, women are abundant. It's based on a mindset. It's not that there aren't enough women available. It's that there aren't many women that you think you can get. If you don't interact with a lot of attractive women and/or you don't think you're the kind of guy that attractive women like, you're going to get wrapped up in negative thinking like, this girl is my best chance at finding love. Additionally, because you're in scarcity, as soon as you do get positive attention from a girl, you're going to desperately latch onto her. The girl who gives you attention might be attracted to you, she might just be friendly, but either way, her positive response to you is going to make you think, maybe she likes me, maybe I have a chance to get her. Because this is such a rare opportunity for you, you're going to go all in. Unfortunately, she's going to sense your desperation, which is the emotional equivalent of morbid obesity, an instant turnoff. Ultimately, a scarcity mindset is a self-fulfilling prophecy. You rarely get opportunities with women, and when you do, you become desperate so you don't get the girl. Then you become more deeply entrenched in your scarcity mindset because you didn't get yet another girl. And this goes on in a downward spiral until you end up settling for a girl who is as desperate as you are. Not a recipe for a healthy relationship. Now let's look at the abundance mindset. You meet Tatiana, the cute girl at work. You think, she's cool, she's attractive, I should ask her out. So the next day, you invite her to get coffee with you. She says no. You think, too bad, but it's not a big deal. And it ends there. You don't keep thinking about her. You don't fret over what the rejection means about you. You don't start believing that you're not attractive enough. You're in abundance. When you're in abundance, asking a girl out or making a bold move isn't a big deal because you know that even if this particular girl rejects you, you won't have trouble meeting and attractive another girl later that night. If you regularly approach women, go on dates, and have sex with different girls, no one woman is going to have a huge emotional impact on you. You're not going to get neurotic, overthink things, or shoot yourself in the foot with a woman. You'll just think, she's pretty cute, and you'll make a move. You know that you might get rejected, but you genuinely don't care because you know some other girl that you meet in the near future will like you. Tatiana was a big deal for the guy in Scarcity, so he had absolutely no chance with her. That guy may waste weeks, months, or even years obsessing over this girl and imagining the life he and she could have together. The guy in abundance will instead spend that same time sleeping with and dating other attractive women. So here's the way to abundance. If you see yourself in the above examples of scarcity, the first step towards change is awareness. Once you realize that you have a pattern of obsessing over one girl because of a scarcity mindset, you free yourself to take the necessary steps for breaking out of scarcity and into abundance. But if you don't recognize your scarcity mindset, you'll think things like, this girl really is special, she's the exception. And you're going to keep investing your time, emotions, and energy into a cause that isn't going to lead to anything but frustration and loneliness. Cold approach is so powerful because if you regularly meet new women, your subconscious mind will start to believe that you have an abundance of options in dating. Sure, many of the girls you approach will reject you, but even if your game is non-existent and you're not good looking, some women will appreciate that you had the courage to put yourself out there, and they'll be happy to go on a date with you. If you approached 10 women every day for this next week and asked each of them for their number, you would almost certainly get a date or two out of it. Approaching women might be difficult at first, but what's the alternative? Settling for the girls that you can get on Tinder with your crappy pictures? Spending months pining after that cute girl you work with? Hoping that your mom sets you up with her friend's daughter? Game isn't easy, but the results you can get are worth the effort. And if you want accountability to start taking action, then click the link below to join my completely free group on School, where you'll be surrounded by other guys who are approaching women, getting dates, and taking control instead of settling. The true purpose of Game is to help you step into an abundance mindset. Once this happens, not only will you have incredible experiences with women, but you'll also be able to think in a more clear-headed way about sex and dating. You won't get emotional and desperate in self-defeating ways, unlike most men. For the majority of modern men, dating isn't fun, it's more like a chore. Fortunately, as soon as you make the shift from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset, that will change, and dating can become a source of both excitement and personal growth.